Hello and welcome to my presentation on vitamins, herbs, and nutritional supplements. As you can see here, my name is Cyril I. Callender III, and I have my bachelor's in health and wellness. Through the duration of this degree, I have learned about a variety of topics pertaining to health, even the ones outside of a hospital setting. Topics like holistic approaches to a variety of autoimmune disorders, ailments to illnesses, and even to promote a healthier diet. This one was done in accordance with Purdue University Global and my professor at the time, Mark Mall. The presentation was done here in 2022 with updated information, so sit back and enjoy a nice presentation for all demographics and a wide variety of applications. Our agenda this afternoon will begin with an in-depth description of vitamins, herbs, and nutrients. We will discuss why each one of them are key nutrients for the body and how we can replenish our body with them. Of course, a proper diet can assist in that. However, it may need to be supplemented. We will also touch base on the negative aspects of all three, which are very minimal. Everything needs to be done in moderation, but we will get to that in a few. On the flip side, we will discuss the positive aspects of them all, where there are way more pros and cons, of course, because, well, we wouldn't be discussing them. The description of the demographic diversity pertaining to them all and how each person can consume them no matter their age. Socioeconomical factors will also influence this and their ability to obtain them. And finally, how we can apply them to our lives, not just here in Casper, Wyoming, but in any other community herein. Let us start on the description of the three topics of discussion. To start us off, we will review the necessity of vitamins within the body. According to Medline Plus, vitamins are a group of substances that our body needs for specific cell function, growth, and even development of our cells. And they are broken down into 13 different key vitamins that we need to keep this machine of a body trucking forward. The list is as follows: vitamin A, C, D, E, K, B1 or thiamine, B2 or riboflavin, B3 or niacin, B6 pyridoxine, B12 cyanocobalamin, B5 pantothenic acid, B7 or biotin, and finally B9/folic acid, which is also called folate. Vitamins are broken down into two separate classifications: water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. According to Medline Plus, fat-soluble vitamins are stored in the liver, fatty tissues, and muscles, while water-soluble vitamins aren't actually stored in the body and they need to be consumed exogenously. The fat-soluble vitamins would be A, D, E, and K, which can be absorbed into the body through the presence of dietary fats. Water-soluble vitamins would be vitamin C and the whole wide array of B vitamins besides B12, in which can be stored in the liver for years. Each one of them have their own proprietary need within the body and can influence a variety of illnesses if you become deficient, such as vitamin D, which seen as the sun vitamin since we get it mostly from the rays of the sun. Different areas of living can actually influence how your body can ingest vitamin D from the sun. If your body has a higher level of melanin, then it may be harder for your vitamin to seep into the body. Mostly, African Americans are usually vitamin D deficient since their levels of melanin in their dermis is higher due to the blockage of the sun. If you look at their ancestors and where they derived from, it is usually in an area that sees a lot of sunlight. Just another crazy way our bodies can adapt to almost any environment. There are even claims to vitamin D deficiency can influence the contraction of the infamous COVID-19 virus that we all know so much about. So, find your once-a-day multivitamin to at least have a good baseline of all these water-soluble vitamins that are hard to get through the diet that you can get the fat-soluble vitamins. I will say it again, a good planned out diet regimen can influence so much more factors than just one when it comes to health. Now it's time to take a step into the herbal side of things. People have been using herbs for centuries as ailments to injuries or other illnesses. It is said that traditional Chinese medicines has laid out the groundwork for herbal therapeutics as dietary supplements. I mean, if it worked for all those years ago, then there is something to it. The average age back then was extremely lower, but the advent of technological Western medicine has proven to raise the average death age. There are people that are still huge proponents of herbal supplementation, where they actually integrate it with conventional Western medicine practices. Complementary and alternative medicines are something that people strive to learn more as a holistic approach to illnesses or injuries. However, it is smart to speak with a qualified physician about it before trying anything. According to Medline Plus, an herb is considered to be a plant or even a certain plant part that can be used as a scent to freshen the air, a great flavor for foods, and even medical applications. We will go more in depth with the downfalls of herbs in the following slide, right before the upsides of them. Though there are copious amounts of herbs that can be used for different ailments, I would like to focus on turmeric. This herb has been used in India for centuries. It is another one of those herbs that have been used all those years ago. It is what gives curry its yellowing color and actually has a good spice to the food that it is put into. One of the major ingredients in turmeric is curcumin, which isn't necessarily very bioavailable to our bodies, meaning we can't digest it well. According to Gunners, using piperine, which can be found in black pepper, can help our body absorb this nutrient better. Turmeric can also help with the joint pain, arthritis, heart disease, and inflammation in the body. And with inflammation, there are studies showing that inflammation can actually contribute to obesity. According to Watts, the programmed death ligand protein is speculated to be a molecule that directly affects obesity and even insulin resistance, which also regulates adipose tissue, immune cell composition. Using turmeric curcumin can help reduce inflammation, which in turn can assist in minimizing weight gain. I'm going to say it one more time. Proper diet and exercise can also be an excellent resource to helping with nearly any negative health problems. According to Medline Plus, a nutritional supplement is something that is added to somebody's diet, which can be taken by mouth and even combined with food or water. Nutritional supplementation combines all of the previous topics into one and brings in another side of things. To add to the vitamin description, people sometimes need to supplement certain vitamins since they can't consume them naturally. Let us use a place like the Pacific Northwest, where it is normally always raining and cloudy. Though the landscape is beautiful from the amount of moisture, the people aren't exposed to sunlight as often as they should. In return, most of them will have paler skin, because with paler skin our body can ingest more sunlight, even through all the clouds. Sunlight is important for vitamin D, as stated earlier. With the fat-soluble vitamins and minerals, we can store most of them. However, with the water-soluble, we must supplement with them to bring them to a natural level. Our body pushes itself every day to reach a thing called homeostasis, which is a state of being that is well balanced internally. Supplementing gives our body the ability to accentuate cell function and growth. Now with physical activity, you will always see the diehards drinking protein shakes that have all different kinds of supplements in it. Things like creatine, L-citrulline, BCAAs, and other nutrients that have proven to help build muscle and speed up recovery. Of course, just like with everything, there are people that abuse it and use illicit supplementation. Anabolic steroids, decabolic steroids, testosterone replacement, Trenibol, and so many more supplements that raise our body's ability to build muscle. You can see it in almost every major professional sport, in which they have gone as far as building anti-doping agencies that test for all of the performance-enhancing drugs. Though they make the person look good, be stronger, replenish torn muscle, and perform a lot better, it has its side effects. Heart problems are the leading problem with the use of performance-enhancing drugs. It is a temporary benefit that can cause a permanent problem to the host. Good news or bad news? Which one do you want to hear first? Let's go ahead and start with the negative. The negative outlooks on vitamins, herbs, and nutritional supplementation are minimal. However, there are still cons with them. Our bodies can only ingest a certain amount of vitamins at a time, which means the remainder just gets flushed away in our urine. So taking too many vitamin/mineral supplementation could potentially be pointless. Like stated at the beginning, just because it says natural, it doesn't mean it is safe. People tend to see the title of natural on a product and they automatically believe that it would be better for them than regular big pharma products. Let's use kratom as an example, which is a leafy substance that is ground down into a powder form or placed in capsules. It fits into the classification of herbal supplements. It enacts the same receptors in the brain that traditional pain medicines do, which causes people to believe that it actually is curing their chronic pain. There are benefits to it with pain ailments for some people, and it has even proven to get opioid-addicted people to quit abusing opioids. However, in large amounts and prolonged use, there have been studies that show that there is bad side effects. According to the Mayo Clinic, excessive use of kratom can cause weight loss, liver damage, muscle pain, nausea, and problems to the mind and nervous system, like hallucinations, depression, breathing suppression, and even seizures. Of course, every person is different, and it might help with Tom with his chronic back pain, but it could cause Susie depression. It is all about whoever is taking the herb and whether they are abusing it or taking it with other prescription medication. Steroids are linked to heart disease and attacks, strokes, seizures, and even infertility. The thought is that people need to receive all of their nutrients from the food they eat. However, if they are consuming a bad diet, then they are only going to get the bad aspects from food. The old saying of, "You are what you eat," has never been more true. Now to the positives of vitamins, herbs, and nutritional supplements. We have discussed a lot of the positive aspects of these topics, so we will just summarize the key aspects of them. Vitamins are very important for our body's cell function and growth, so ensuring we have an ample amount is a must. Taking supplements like BCAAs, additional protein shakes, and other legal ergogenic aids can help sport players reach a higher level of performance. Being able to rebuild our muscles after strength training is important for proper muscle growth as well. Some herbs have been centered with some religions from years ago, such as sage, which the Native Americans have used to wash away bad energies during religious events. And finally, we can integrate them as healing ailments along with or apart from conventional Western medicines. Of course, it is important to consult your physician for education on the herbal supplements and how they will affect you negatively. Doing a lot of your own research is important as well, since some doctors may be against using any complementary and alternative medicine practice and tell you something that would be a decisive factor for you. The inquiry of demographics always comes into question with nearly every topic of discussion, especially in health. How can we apply these topics to different age groups? How can we apply these topics to all socioeconomic classes? How can we incorporate these with people that have certain health issues? The main aspect of all these topics is that anyone can consume them, from a newborn child to an elderly individual. It is all about, yes, I'm going to say it again, having a great diet and participating in physical activity. That is why it is so easy to market or reach people of all ages, cultures, and social statuses to begin supplementing with vitamins, nutrients, and certain herbs. They can literally be found at any local store in nearly every town. And with the advent of technology, we are able to order anything we need from across the world if need be. We literally can order something and have it show up on our doorstep, even if we live in a town of 10 people. Most of the time, you can just find sites that always has promotional offers where you can get stuff for a certain percentage off or even free items. So the cost analysis of these products would be minimal. One thing about Wyoming is that we do get an ample amount of sunlight, and there are all kinds of activities to do outside. It is all about getting people outside. The desire to live a healthier lifestyle isn't going to be forced upon you. You must want to make that change for yourself. Having the desire to change can be difficult, since we usually go through the 5 stages of change. Most of us start in the pre-contemplation stage, where we have the desire but aren't going to do anything about it for more than a year. Then the contemplation stage, which means we are going to take action within 6 months. There's the preparation, is where we begin setting up the reservations to begin living a healthier lifestyle. Then the most important stage, the action stage. This is where we put all of this contemplation that we have been doing for so long into action. This is crucial to stick with since it takes about 28 days to form a habit. Once you have been in the action stage for some time and you have no desire to go back to your old ways, then you reach the final stage, maintenance. This is where you must continue your healthier lifestyle habits without fault. If you begin to justify one thing you used to do, then you will end up justifying 2, then 3. Then before long, you are all the way back in the contemplation stage before you even notice. Having this knowledge out there for people to educate themselves, we can expand our reach on taking proper procedure to a healthier lifestyles through proper diet, exercise, vitamin, herbal, and nutritional supplementation. As stated before, it must be done in moderation, and always consult your physician before making any changes to your intake of certain vitamins or herbs. The application of all of this to health and wellness is seen throughout this entire presentation. In summary, we can apply all these topics of vitamins, herbs, and nutritional supplements to health and wellness in so many more ways than one. I look at health as the absence of any disease or injuries to our bodies, while I look at wellness as a centeredness of oneself with their physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and societal self with no harm done to themselves or others. It is like the centering of our chi, aligning ourselves with our surroundings, and meditating on all aspects of life in order to reach a rational position. So many people resort to anger as a route to dealing with external stimuli in their lives, which begins to make that person a very hard person to deal with. When we begin taking care of our bodies, eating a good diet, conducting physical activity, and excluding toxins from our bodies, we can end up showing more love to the people around us. Reduce the toxins entering your body from alcohol, drugs, fast food, or preservatives that you will feel better. It isn't necessarily only about we are what we eat. It's about how well we treat ourselves. When we treat ourselves good and find a level of self-love, then we can begin showing more affection to those around us. You will see your mentality improving, your mental clarity, and even your comfortability throughout the day. Of course, you may feel sore from a workout, but at the end of the day, you know you put yourself through that physical stress. And when you purposely put yourself through the physical stress of exercise, then any other external stress seems nil. Here we go again. It all starts with the right diet and vitamin/herbal supplementation. I hope you've learned something good that you can take with you into the future. And again, I appreciate your time. And if you have any more questions after today, you can reach me at the website and socials above. Have an excellent day.